Hello everyone, this is Bondachevsky and this is a short summary of the film The Mousetrap 4-4. Before the video starts, you can support us by liking and subscribing to the channel. For you, it's just a couple of seconds, but for us it's very important. Thank you everyone, and now we begin. The film begins by showing us a district of the city, in which literally everything is covered with cameras, video surveillance, and which is protected from Vereshki in every possible way. We see a guy. After looking around a bit, he approaches the car with a tennis ball and easily breaks down the door. He gets into the car and takes out the radio. After rummaging around a bit more, he decides to urinate on the back seat. Having finished his dirty work, he is about to leave the car, but the door does not open. Every door in the car is locked, including the trunk. Without thinking twice, he panicked and decided to break the glass. But he can't do this either, and he doesn't. Even a key found in the car helps. Having disassembled the door, he sees that behind it there is strong metal. Just like with the bottom, he has only one way out, to shoot the pistol, which he brought with him, but the bullet couldn't do anything to the windshield. In addition, it ricocheted into the grief-stricken robber's leg. After bandaging the wound, he sees a girl passing by, who looks out the car window and doesn't see the man sitting in it. He starts banging on the glass and screaming, but she doesn't hear him. "Get the phone, it's dying right now," he screams and drinks the rest of his Pepsi. At night, the wound hurts a lot and does not stop bleeding. The annoying cricket still gives him no peace. He takes a swing at it, but decides not to kill it. Waking up in the morning, he is tormented by thirst, but there is no water in the bottle. There is only condensation of steam droplets on the glass. Turning on the radio and relaxing a little, he gets to work and starts hammering away at the metal layer of the door. But the music interrupts. A bell rings. It's the car's owner. He tells the unlucky thief that his entire car is a bunker on wheels. Under full remote control, no one can hear it. It is completely armored. And now he is under complete control. The man on the other end of the line tells a little about himself, about what the seller is, how old he is, and also asks him the question, "What would you do if you caught your son stealing and the thief started asking for a drink?" Says that he is hot and loses his temper, begins to threaten his entire family. The car owner hangs up the phone when suddenly the air conditioner in the car turns on. And it turns out to be just a salvation from the heat. But the joy lasts until the car gets really cold. And the air conditioner doesn't stop working. He manages to plug the air deflectors, but it doesn't help. Almost becoming Jack Dawson, the air conditioner turns off and the car owner calls again. He asks the same question. What would you do if you caught your son stealing, and says, what for the correct answer will give him water. He replies that he would give his son a slap on the ears and take him to the police. But no, this answer turns out to be fundamentally wrong. This is your son. He takes an example from you. The man tells several stories from his life, how his relatives and he himself were robbed many times. He also says that he's a doctor and hangs up. Later, we learn that he is an obstetrician. After spending some more time in the car, the police drive by and stop nearby. The guy starts yelling at the top of his lungs, but the policeman simply writes out a fine and leaves. The next call, the car owner asks for passport information in exchange for water. He keeps naming it. His name is Tira, and the doctor tells him there's water in the rear windshield wipers. Having drunk the windshield washer fluid, the agonizing wait for the unknown begins. In the morning, he tries to break down the door again. But on the next call, the guy says he's feverish and asks, "What should I do?" The doctor asks to describe the wound and says that everything is bad, turns on the heating and starts telling how well he started this day, and then he announces that he has a tumor. And the doctor had only 1 year left to live. After a while, completely starving, Tira eats a piece of paper and drinks her own urine. He notices two guys who decided to break into his car. But they don't have time. They are driven away by the local residents who begin to brutally deal with the guy. They just behave brutally towards an ordinary guy who didn't even have time to do anything. At night, Tira decides to eat her pet cricket, but is unable to do so. Out of boredom, he talks to him and somehow tries not to get discouraged. In their next conversation, the doctor starts to mock again and says, as he is having breakfast, but he is distracted by someone saying that he is in a good mood. He tells what is under the pedal. chocolate bar. Tira eats it in literally one bite, after which he begins to watch people on the street and notices that they are all so intimidated that they find something literally every minute. On guard. After some time, he manages to make a small hole, but it still can't be heard. He releases the cricket and says goodbye to it. The doctor tells him that he visited his wife and son and gave them money to leave. Tira asks to see her son, but he tells him that he has studied his biography. It turns out that the guy is responsible for several deaths and a prison sentence. At night, having nothing better to do, he constantly presses the engine start button. And at one moment, the car starts. He only manages to engage reverse gear, and, having picked up speed, he crashes into a pole. The rear window breaks and he manages to climb out. The first thing he does is go into the store and eat his fill. A security guard comes up to him and starts pestering him. Tira takes out a gun and shoots at him. It turns out to be a dream. In complete despair, he decides to commit suicide, but the doctor interrupts him by pressing the trigger. The shot doesn't. He walks and the doctor tells him to look at him. He comes and gets into his car. The doctor brought him a joint and squeezed the pus out of the wound, saying that everything would pass. He takes his gun and leaves it in plain sight. Dog answers the phone and turns away, which Tira takes advantage of to shoot him. Getting out of the car, he fires a pistol to get someone to come out into the street, but the dog was slightly hooked and he drags it back. There was a police girl nearby. The doctor didn't have time to drag him into the car and takes the guy hostage. The police arrive and cordon off the area. Residents come out of their houses and many are shouting for the doctor to finish off the guy, but there are also those who demand that he be released, saying that he is the same person. The police call a negotiator who begins to tell the doctor, why is he wrong? But Doc is sure that the police and lawyers in this world are all rotten. But there is no law, and if he lets the guy go now, the very next day and decides to create his own destiny. After some time, the negotiator manages to convey to him so that he would let the guy go, and the doctor agrees. The guy is immediately put into a police car, the doctor himself, smiling sarcastically, opens the car door and leaves a phone with a timer on the roof. He undermines himself and achieves resonance. We hear news clippings that say that the doctor has once again raised the issue of safety throughout the country, and Tira's boyfriend will be released in a few hours. The cricket released by Tira flies away and is eaten by a bird. The doctor didn't change anything. This is where the film ends. Write your opinion about it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. This is the best support for us. Be sure to click the bell to be the first to watch new videos.